Welcome everyone. In this episode we are going to head to Walnut Farm Touring Park in WAXHAM. And then we're going to head to Horsey Beach and be so blown away by the amount of seals that we forget to record the rest of the intro. So it's a year-round campsite. There's 5 winter pitches and they are £28 for the night. They are hard standing with electrical hookup, and when you book online you can choose your own pitch. So I've chose the one that looks the most out of the way. And luckily for me I had the choice of all 5 because there's nobody else here, which is just what we want, isn't it, people? Oh yes it is. So let's get on with it, people. Let's live the dream. Can't just sit around here all day. No, we can't, because it's the middle of winter and we've got like 2 hours of daylight left. Let's go. There's a few toilet rooms with their own showers built in them. So you have your own little cubicle with a shower in them. Some are bigger than others. This one's pretty good size, to be fair. Lock your door, you got your own shower there. Sink there. Toilet there. And it's clean. And like I say, there's a few of these. So yeah, all good. So there is a footpath from the campsite to the beach. Looks like it's only going to be a 10-minute walk, so all good. Yeah, let's crack on with it. Go see these seals. The weather doesn't know what to do today. Keeps sort of spitting with rain and then it comes out quite nice. So yeah, we'll see. Going to be heavy rain in the night, so probably going to not get a very good sleep. But hey, here's what it is. Gotta get out and live life, ain't you? Can't just sit around waiting for the weather to be good. Well, it is literally only a 10-minute walk because the campsite is there, and then behind me here you can see the dunes. So yeah, very good access for the beach. So this is WAXHAM Beach, and you've got Sea Pauling about a mile or so that way, and then we've got Horsey maybe just under a mile that way. I can see the seals in the distance. You won't pick them up on camera, but I can see them. They'll be covering the whole of the beach, so we'll go there and check it out, people. Anyway, now there is a car park at Horsey Beach. There's a sign up saying no camper vans. Now I've been there in the bongo, no one's ever said anything. I think they mean no oversized vans that won't fit in a normal parking space, but it's about £5 for the day, something like that. So yeah, one thing you have to bear in mind if you do come here, because there's so many seals about, the place will smell a bit. There'll be a lot of feces and urine about, and also there will be a lot of dead ones. You will see a lot of dead baby ones on the beach. So yeah, bear that in mind. Obviously it's just nature, isn't it? That's how it is. They're quite small at the minute as well. We are in December, so when I've been before, I've been January, and they've been a lot bigger. But it's nice to get out here and see them whilst they are proper babies. November, that's when they start breeding. If you come in November, end of November, there'll be a few about. This to me is probably the best time because there's quite a lot of them. Obviously I think the seals were persecuted and they did die right down, and you know, they're making a comeback in Norfolk, which is great. You know, I mean, obviously they just nest on the floor here, so pretty easy targets really. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd try seal meat, of course I would. Yeah, I think they frown upon it though. I don't think I can go get myself some tea whilst I'm here. I think they actually would put me in prison. Well, there appears to be loads up here in the sand dunes, which I weren't expecting. I've got to try and get past them. Now, you're not meant to get within like 15 meters of them. It's going to be tricky here. I don't know how well you can actually see them, but they literally cover the beach for miles, all the way along here. Literally, I think it is normally over a good mile or two. The beach will be completely closed off. This bit doesn't seem to be closed off. There's no wardens about here. Well, I've had to come inland a bit because it is impossible to keep your distance walking through them sand dunes, because you're walking along and all of a sudden there's one next to you. And you can get in a lot of trouble, and people will take pictures and shame you on local Facebook groups. And if you can't help it, if you don't know they're there until it's too late, what can you do? So we'll head a bit further down towards the car park, and there they'll have wardens about, and they would have closed a lot of tracks off that lead to where seals are to keep us away from them. Obviously they take up so much of the beach that they can't just close every little thing off, but they obviously close off nearer the car park where the majority of the people will be. So we'll go down there anyway and have a look, and there should be a board telling us how many seals there are. Well, that's a lot of seals on the beach. 2,028 adults and 3,401 babies born this year. Nice old pillbox. I assume I'm not meant to go in there because of this blue rope, but so I think I'm going to go in there and have a look around anyway. I've been in there before, so yeah, let's go check it out. I've actually got a mate who found an old World War II revolver in an old pillbox in Norfolk. Yeah, he's now in prison for armed robbery. He's not, that was a joke. But yeah, he did find one in 3 different bits. So there's actually a lot more seals than what I can see on the screen, so you're probably not really getting a good idea of how many there are here, but there is a lot. And it's not too busy as well. When I've been down here before in the past, that's always been the weekend because I've been working in the week. Well, this time it's a Monday and there's not a lot of people here. Now there's a few further down, but there's not a lot here, so yeah, well, happy with that. But bear in mind, weekends it can be busy. Yeah, all good. So yeah, to give you a good idea of why Norfolk floods so easily, I don't know if you can see in the background there, all the land was quite low. Now if you look down past the dunes, the land actually looks lower than the sea level. Wow, they can move when they want to. What a fantastic evening, eh? Crack open a Guinness when I get away from these wardens. Well, it's that time of the evening, in it, people. It's got to be done. Uncle Ben's got to get his Guinness in him. How very suiting. I actually have a Horsey pub pint glass. Well, it's plastic. I didn't buy it, obviously I'm a complete cheapskate, you should know that by now. Now I've been working on a pub, clearing a pub out not too far from here. And this was there. I got to take what I wanted, so very suiting for this occasion as we are in Horsey. Cheers anyway, people. So Norfolk is a great place to come to see the seals. You definitely will see them. Now the only problem is the water is so murky, you can't really watch them swimming underwater. And I remember the first time I saw them swimming underwater down in Cornwall. And I realised, oh, they actually are quite fun to watch when you can actually see them underwater. All we get to see is them lumping around on the beach. But yeah, it was really good. I remember I was fishing down under the Minack Theatre down in Cornwall, fishing for some mackerel. And one come along and he was tormenting me. Basically, he knew he was waiting for me to catch some mackerel so he could get them himself. And he was waiting for me, and he come out and right next to me, swam up, swooped down like a dolphin, he did. And then he went upside down and done all this acrobatic stuff, and it was incredible. And I know he was mocking me. He was saying, look mate, as soon as you get a fish, I'm straight in there and I'm having that. But it was incredible to watch. And yeah, so that's the only downside, you can't see them swimming underwater. Well, I'm back now, people. Gonna cook up some tea. I got some stir fry, and as my mum was clearing out her freezer, I got a load of random frozen goods. So gonna have some bacon bits in with it. I don't feel like there's enough meat there really, but we'll see how we get on. And then that's all going to be washed down with some 2.5 year out of date Newcastle Brown. Got that from a pub I was clearing out. So all good. I have tried it. It does taste stronger than usual, I must say. But we'll see how we get on with it anyway. If not, there's a porta potty there. But you know, I tried it on the job because why wouldn't you? If you get an opportunity to drink beer on the job, you're going to do it, ain't you? Now I would like to thank a subscriber who's bought me a few beers over Christmas. Ha! Loving that. Cheers, Mark Dyer, mate. That is much appreciated. Now, it's actually my birthday just before Christmas, and it'll probably be my birthday the day this video is uploaded, if all goes well. So, because you bought me a foo, I'm going to have a drink on my birthday on behalf of you, and I'm also going to have a couple over Christmas. So, thank you ever so much, mate. That is really appreciated. Cheers. So the channel has just turned 6 months old, so I'd also like to thank everyone who has been subscribed. Cheers, it means a lot. And also cheers to anyone who's not subscribed but has watched this far on in the video. I appreciate that as well, so thank you all. Definitely does taste a little bit unusual, this beer, I must say, but hey, If I had to go to the porta potty, I had to go to the porta potty. Free beer, I'm not freaking wasting it. Yeah.
She put your money in the bank because somebody could come in here with a metal detector or something. And who's the boon? He's my assistant. He's a boon. A boon or not? Looks like only one of us has an assistant. Unless, of course, yours is buried in one of these pearls. Dead assistant. Same old guinea. 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. And friends. How's old Big Cannons doing? Takes a little stress, you know, trying to balance. It is an appropriate gift for the baby. It does Blu-rays, which are by definition. Take it straight up omen shit. Kid drives me and April apart. Kid drives April nuts. You bring him to my game, and then suddenly, you know, I momentarily lose all my abilities. Toby. Hey, what do you want from me? I've been super.
Morning everyone, lovely beautiful morning today, isn't it? I slept okay last night. I didn't actually get woken up by heavy rain as much as I expected, so all good. I quite like the site. They have a koi pond. I always love a koi pond. You can't beat a koi pond. Yep. And there's a toilet disposable point. There's a washing up room with washing machine, that sort of thing. And yeah, there's a few other things the campsite offers. There's static caravans. You can rent 1 of 2 static caravans. They store boats and caravans for anyone looking to store a boat or caravan. And there is a cottage you can rent as well if anyone wants a cottage holiday. And apparently there's some yurts. I haven't seen the yurts. Maybe they've taken them down because it's winter time. I don't know. So the nearest shop and bus stop and anything like that would be in Sea Pauling, which is 1.5 miles walk along the coastal path. There's nothing else really around here you can access on foot. Now the campsite does have a 1.5 mile walk that you can walk around the farm, and apparently there's a bit of the river you can walk along, but I don't think there's any other footpaths inland that you can access really from here. Now I could be wrong. So to do any other walks, you think you would have to walk out onto the coastal path, walk along the coastal path, and then divert inland. Now there are a few campsites that are along this stretch of beach, but this is the only one that is open all year round. Now if you want to see the seal pups, you want to come in winter time, so I'm a bit surprised this is the only one that is open all year round. But that being said, I am the only one on the campsite. There's nobody else here, so obviously nobody else is as keen as me. Which has been an absolute winner for me. You know I want a campsite empty, always best. But yeah, maybe there's not the demand for it, and maybe that's why. So the only negative thing I can say about the campsite is there's only 5 winter pitches, which for me isn't a problem because I'm the only one here. I got to pick my pitch online, looked at the map and chose the one I wanted, and that's great. Pitch 1 and 2 are nice, you're next to some open fields, and that's great. Now if you don't have much of a choice, pitch 3, 4 and 5 are just on a huge gravel patch next to some barns. So they're not that great, and I wouldn't have been overly happy if I was on one of those pitches, if I'm truthfully honest. So I'm going to pack up in a minute and head off. I've had a good stay here. If I don't get to see you people before Christmas, have a great Christmas, have a great New Year. Hopefully you can get out in the new year and get on some fantastic bongo adventures. And if you don't own a bongo but you own a different camper van, well, you can still get out and have some great adventures. Hopefully just you won't be doing it in style. But anyway, have a good one people. Hopefully there'll be some great adventures coming from me in the future, and some great adventures you're going to be on in the future. Keep living the dream anyway. I look forward to the next time we meet, my friends.